Here we go.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Red River Podcast. Welcome back. Man, we're really slow in the episodes this year, right, Lang?
Yeah, we tried a
We're
couple
taking our
times.
time.
Things happen. Life gets in the way, What are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
we had Zilla in January. Right now, we're scheduled for one a month, which is fine. For people in the twilight, like us, that's good. One a month is like fine.
How much do people really want of us? Like once a month.
That's right. It's better to leave them wanting more. But we had Zilla on in January. And then we did the send help episode and whatever the fuck else we did in like February. So now
Still the best movie I've seen this year.
still the best movie I've seen this year. We're waiting on Mike Vanderbilt, who was on in December, and we have Alaska back in the house. So what's up?
What's going on, gentlemen? How you doing?
Right.
Call out culture, rapper extraordinaire. Even rapped on the upcoming Playing Dead Super Wayne
Yeah, I did.
remix.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, yo, dropping that DNA. I talked to
Yeah.
Griff, man. We're gonna. I think he said like the middle of April, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking
Okay.
forward to people hearing that because it's very different. It's just like it
Yeah.
doesn't even make sense.
Hey,
Like, yeah. Oh, did I send it to you, Lang? I don't even
send
know.
it to me. Yeah,
Oh, you
I
did?
love
Yeah.
it.
It's like
Yeah.
you just turned into Cobra Starship, bro.
Yeah. I think and Langan took two X bombs to that for sure,
Yeah.
right? Throwback.
Yes, I did. I did.
But
Oh, Mercedes.
yeah. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about Scream and all things Scream, because I don't feel like we really touched on Scream 7 and Alaska. I remember we had this text where you're like, I think you said you and your daughter were talking about him. It might be like the best franchise as far as like movies go, or like that it was in discussion.
I think, it has to be in discussion, right? I mean, my personal favorite's still Friday the 13th,
Mm.
but it has to be in discussion. It's either this or The Evil Dead.
Interesting.
No
Yeah,
dead.
I'm excited for the two coming up, even though I didn't like Rise. I did not
I
like
liked it.
Rise.
Interesting.
And a
I
lot of
didn't like it
people
when I
did.
saw it in the theater,
Yeah.
but then when I watched it on TV, I fucking loved it.
Mm.
I'm wondering if because it was made, I don't know if it was made to come out on HBO Max first.
It was, yeah.
So I'm wondering if it just didn't translate to the theater, or maybe I just saw it with a whack crowd. Like I saw it at an Alamo Theater at like 10 in the morning on a Sunday. And it was like a
Jesus.
couple of girls
Right.
having brunch and talking.
What?
And I was just like, oh, this is whack.
Yeah, I love that 10 a.m. with the brunch
Yeah,
crowd
man, I
watching.
mean-
I'm all about that.
I know.
Yeah, got to find your, got to pick your
Early
spots
bird
when you got
special.
kids, man. Yeah.
Sometimes I wake up and I see a text or something from Lang and it's like 5 in the morning. I'm like, what time does this guy fucking wake up?
Dude, you're a man.
When
after
I
my
missed
own
your
heart.
text yesterday,
Yeah.
I actually had the response written. I respectfully held off. When I was at work, I was like, "Let me give this guy an hour or two."
Before-
Yeah. I don't want to bother him.
But
So-
yes, go ahead. Yeah, what were you saying?
No, I was just going to say, I just wanted to add to the send help talk real quick. I finally saw it this weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was so
Let's
excited
talk
that I
about
was looking
yeah.
through your feed and I saw that you guys had an episode on it. So I have it downloaded and ready to listen to.
Yeah, I mean, let's just
I
touch
think I
on that
skipped it
real
because I
quick.
hadn't seen it yet.
Let's touch on that real quick just so we can get your full opinion on it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, right? Like it just didn't
So
like I
fucking
didn't know
good.
where the movie was going.
No, I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
It was like Sam
didn't know who
Raimi
to vote
returning
for.
to form.
from the
Oh, I knew
tuna.
the vote for the whole time.
Did you?
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that dude was a dick, man. Fuck that dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But even from like it was the tuna, right? That was like on her face and all that
Yeah.
other shit.
Oh
From
my
that
God.
moment
Yeah.
on, the plane crash was fucking awesome. You
Oh,
know?
the crash was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you notice the big mole on the side of her face
Yeah.
No.
in the
I
movie?
did.
Does she have that in real life?
She was on the Oscars last night. I don't think I saw a mole.
They
I was
might
trying
have
to
Oh, she
figure that
does?
out.
Okay, yeah. My girlfriend she's young Jamie today. She's looking up right now. She does
Oh
have
yeah,
a
look at
mole.
that. She does.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We got a clarification from Karen.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if they added that to the character for a little Yeah, I mean, once you have like birds in your house, I hope nobody has birds in their house because I'm about to be like mad offensive.
Yeah.
But you're crazy. Like I dated a girl whose mom had birds, and
Yeah.
that bitch was so crazy. She had a fucking perm in like the 90s.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's
So
wild. I mean, come on.
yeah,
That's that's all you need to know. Perm in the '90s
yeah,
is
dude.
crazy.
Perm in the
And
90s and birds in the house is just too much.
I don't like birds, man. Like I never did like
No.
birds. Like they, even when I see like every Wednesday, I drive through this neighborhood that has like wild turkeys, and
Oh,
they
dude,
look like
turkeys are terrifying.
yo, right? They look like straight
Yeah.
up like dark crystal creatures. And I'm like, let me just
Yeah.
roll up my window because if one of these motherfuckers tries to fly through it, I'm done. I'm gonna lose an eyeball and stuff. So
Yeah, dude. I when I'm upstate, I go to this dump and I bring like my lawn shit out there, and there's just always like fucking turkey vultures just swirling.
yeah. Yo,
Like,
it's
dude, these guys are gonna
they're
come
like
out
jarring looking creatures. And
jarring and big, dude. They're so big.
so
Huge.
this neighborhood, they're running like a pack. There's like at least 15 to 20 of them on like these lawns when you go, and it's like, yo, where the fuck do they even like, it's weird. It's fucking weird. So, but yeah, shout out to Send Help. Definitely gonna make an appearance because right now it is the best movie that I've seen. Obviously, Langan, you agree? It's just that is the bar
Yeah.
at the moment.
It's
Um,
just it's Raimi firing, doing everything he does best with
Yep.
comedy, action, some horror, like just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. A
Awesome.
couple
absolutely.
really good jump scares.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just like I said, I really didn't know where it was going. Like it was just like this like back and forth thing. And you know, you find out who lands on top and you're just like, okay, it could have gone either way, really, honestly. You could
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
justified an ending on either side because they both did enough shit where it's like, okay, like you know what, they had it coming. So I love that. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Any
very good.
opinions on did you guys watch any of the Oscars last night?
No.
Didn't.
No? Oh wow.
I was gonna because I heard
I'm the only jerk off watching it.
I was surprised you did. I don't think you normally did. With the Matt Berry, I thought Matt Berry was hosting, but Conan hosted it?
He was announcing.
Okay.
Mm.
Conan was hosting, but I guess like he was like you just hear it in the background, and he
He's
did
got a
great
hell of a voice.
Yeah, he does.
for sure.
It was good
One
though.
battle.
Conan was
I thought
funny.
I thought it was great. Like right out of the gate, the first like award. First of all, Conan kills. Like he's just so fucking funny. He
He's
told
good for
some
that.
really fucking really fucking good jokes. Like super smart. And then you remember you're like, oh, this guy was a writer, and he's still
Yeah.
very fucking funny. I told a Ryan Coogler joke, and I totally forgot how. I don't want to butcher it, but it was like Ryan Coogler said he didn't want to be a part of the Academy because he didn't feel like he wanted to judge other people's art. He goes like this. He's like, now the rest of you cocksuckers, or the way you put it, he's like, you guys seem to not give a shit. It was just very funny the way he delivered it, and like Ryan just laughed. So, but the first award was best supporting actress, and obviously, you know, Gladys, Amy Madigan
Yeah.
from
Very happy
Weapons.
for her.
Like that was just like, but it's still kind of like a weird role to win an award for because I don't even think she was in really that much of the movie, but she was just
No, but
so fucking. She was
Well,
so.
if you even add up like how much Sean Penn was in that movie,
He was a pretty.
it's
big
not.
part
It's
of it.
very. It's yeah, but
It's a
like
long ass movie though.
I can't
yeah.
believe he got the fucking pick over Benicio, dude.
Mm. I would have just. I would have loved to have seen Leo get it for One Battle and Delroy get it for Sinners.
Mm.
You know, but
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
a
it was
bunch of fucking mid movies, man.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
no,
It really is, right? Dude, I fucking hated one battle after another.
Battle after another, like definitely not even close to one of my. Like it was fine, but like not. I mean, we discussed this, but like
I had it at like
as
number
far
12.
as PTA's catalog and
Yeah.
that ping pong movie that was mid fucking
Yeah.
Sinners. We've talked about that. That's not
Yeah.
that great either. I don't know, man.
For
Like
me, my favorite was Begonia. I thought Begonia was the best
Still
out
haven't
of
seen
those
that one.
movies.
me too. Too weird though for them.
Oh no,
It got if Yorgos didn't direct it, it wouldn't even got that Emma Stone. Like nothing. I'm telling.
you're right
Like
for sure. And it was like I don't want to get into it because Tim hasn't seen it, but
I'll get
yeah.
into it. I mean, I'm probably not going to watch it,
Okay.
to be
To
honest with
me,
you.
it just
I
had
don't
like
fucking feel like watching damaged people.
yeah. It was
I
just,
was
you
in
know what?
music for a long time. I don't need to be
It's
around
really
damaged
good.
people
I thought
anymore.
it was really good, but too
Yeah.
weird. But like out of those, one battle just fucking smoked. Even like Frankenstein won a bunch of shit too.
Smoked
Which
pole is what it smoked.
what was your main beef with it?
It sucked.
Okay, all right, that's
No, I really thought it was like, I thought it was like a weird like race fetish movie.
mm,
Um, I thought like it was, the politics of it were like Twitter politics.
yeah.
I didn't think it was smart. I thought it was just really like surface level movie. I thought like
It was
the only
adapted from
redeeming
something.
part to me was Benicio del Toro.
It was adapted from something. So he didn't even like come up
Yeah,
with the story. He like just took it and made it, I forget the
yeah.
story, but he said it was just, last night he said when he went for adapted screenplay that it was just more of like a movie for his kids and how we fucked up the world. And, hopefully they're the generation that can make it better. And I guess that
Go get the fuck
explanation
out of
was,
here with that fucking liberal guilt bullshit. We
even
fucked
Maya
up the
Rudolph
world.
rolled her eyes.
Yeah, good, good.
She was just like,
I
fuck
mean,
this
we might
guy.
have fucked up the world by inventing the fucking internet,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to the
I
Phantom
think
Thread.
Eddington had more interesting political things to say
He
than one
hated it.
battle, but
Yeah.
that was like
Yeah.
ignored.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But
I
Ari
felt like there.
Aster I don't know, doesn't do well at the box office.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Scream, right? Let's
Yeah.
talk some Scream. So Scream 7, I know Langan, you did not like it. I liked it a lot. Uh,
Yeah.
Alaska, I think you liked it a lot. So
I
let's go
enjoyed
with
it
your
quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what is your relationship with the Scream franchise to begin with? Are you a big fan? Obviously said you were, but like, through all the movies.
Yeah. No, I'm a huge fan of the franchise. I think,
From the jump,
so my,
from the first?
from the jump, like seeing the first one in the theater was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't really like two that much, to be honest with you. Like, I think I'm an outlier in that, 'cause I think a lot of people love two.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, it's like the reveals are always wacky and fucking stupid, right? Like outside
Absolutely.
of the first one,
Absolutely.
they're always wacky and stupid. But it's like how the person plays the reveal that works for me. And I thought Homegirl from Roseanne was
Yeah.
fucking super whack at the end of that movie. And like that was my beef with the Scream 6. Like I thought the fucking reveal, like that family at the end of 6 was fucking corny as fuck. The way they acted was corny as fuck.
Yeah.
And this one didn't bother me because I was like, they were enjoyable. They were
Yeah.
crazy and enjoyable, and I kind of enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, it's cool.
I think once we get to part 7 of something, like what, like what,
Yeah.
Jason fought Carrie basically in part 7. Like what other part
Yeah.
7s are there? Like once you start going there, I get it. Like with this movie, you're always going to have that Scooby-Doo factor, and going back to Scream 2, it was the mom of Skeet Ulrich. So I guess that makes sense where it's like, okay, there is like some sort of thing to that where you
It
understand
makes sense, but they're like, she got plastic surgery to look that different. Like, dude, in 90 fucking whatever that was, plastic surgery was not that tight. You end up
Yeah.
looking like that fucking cat lady.
Oh, shout out to that
that
cat
used to be in the
lady.
New York Post all the time. That's
Yeah.
what she would look like. She wouldn't look like a normal fucking person. She would look like the cat lady if she got that much plastic surgery.
That cat lady would have been killing it right now. We've come so
Oh,
far.
God.
We've come so
Yeah.
far.
She would have been the biggest
He
thing in the
walked
world.
so they could all run.
Yeah, for real.
So Langan,
Right.
She
before
would have been
we
looks maxing out there.
before we go to 7, what was your relationship with this franchise from beginning to, I guess, the movie that you hated?
I I wasn't on board with them right off the bat. Like, I don't know. I think maybe, I'm 4 years older than you.
Me,
Right?
yeah.
Like, yeah. Um, I was like, all right. I felt it like a little like, okay, you're taking shots at like the shit that I love. And I thought Wes Craven, wasn't he in a period where he wasn't like in love with the horror genre? So that's why if I'm mistaken. So I thought it was just a little too, I don't know, like
He
I
was like the
got the mockery.
he was like the magician who was giving away those secrets on Fox.
Mm, yeah, the
Yeah.
masked
So,
musician.
but it what I did, Ghostface to me is always kind of, it's like kind of a spaz, if that
Yes.
makes any sense.
No, no,
He's
no. You're
not.
right. Yeah.
He's not like he's always running and falling over and shit. I was like, and he's got that goofy face. So I was just like, I just wasn't on board. But it
He
was a
also
good
needs to
enough
like
time.
when he swings that knife, he needs to go more for like midsection instead of like the head because he seems to always miss by like 6 inches.
An easier stab. Yes, yes, he always does. Um, but so okay, so the first couple, I'm like, they were fine though. And then I wasn't like a diehard with the franchise. And then when I started watching films with my son, and he loved Scooby Doo growing up and stuff. And then when you mentioned that Scooby Doo kind of analogy and a post you did, it kind of resonated with me. Like, yeah, that's probably why it hit with him. And I really enjoyed watching those movies with him and
Mm.
how much he enjoyed it and who it was and stuff. And then I kind of really like loved it. So I kind of came to it late. You
Mhm.
know, I'm like anybody, the ones that dip or whatever, I'm kind of on board with what people say. Um, I didn't mind the last one. I thought it was okay. You put it in New York City. There's a different atmosphere here, trying to breathe some life into it and shit. But this one, are we gonna dive into this one right now, or you want to speak
Yeah,
on yours?
well, I'm going to do that. So like my history with I was 18 when I watched the first one. Prime real estate, I think, right? Because I
Sure.
grew up watching the same thing that we all did. Never in my life did I think that there would be two killers. I don't know why. Just like never in my life where it's just like, well, how the fuck did they do this? And then when you see both of them, you're just like, oh, it was like, Def Comedy Jam, like in that movie theater. Everyone was just like, jumping around like, how the fuck is there two fucking killers? But
Yeah,
the thing with it, it was never like, I never felt like, I guess it was a slasher movie, but it felt so ridiculous. Not ridiculous. It just didn't have the grit. Like it was too teen oriented or like it just, so I never really loved the series. The first three came out, like I love the first one, and then two and three came out, and I was like, fine. It wasn't until later on that I revisited two, and I was like, wow, you know what? This is a really good like action horror movie.
Mm.
Everything about it kind of worked, and I didn't like three, and then I rewatched it recently, and I was like, three has the most pop culture comedy stuff. Jenny McCarthy. It had Jay and Silent Bob. So it was just like at that point you're kind of like, all right, it's there's nothing really horrifying about it. But out of the three, like the opens, right? The opens when you have Drew Barrymore, that was like, whoa, okay.
sure.
So long ago she's making Jiffy Pop. Like that's wild. Like I'm like, damn, Jiffy Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the second one had like it had Mackay, was it Mackay Pfeiffer and
Mekhi Pfeiffer and
who Will Smith's
oh god, what's her
wife,
name? Yeah,
Jada
Jada
Pinkett.
Pinkett. Yeah,
And I was like, man, like in a
yeah. Watching
way.
Jada Pinkett get stabbed was great.
I like Mackay though, man. Shout out to
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Clockers. But
Blockers.
sometimes, even back then, I felt like, man, it's like, like man, like when you see like these two, like, it's like, all right, you're gonna have Jada Pinkett and like you're gonna waste their characters and make them like caricatures, or it's like so stupid. I wish they had more. So like that kind of bothered me, where it was like, I'm coming off of watching this dude in Clockers. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
yeah.
So I wish they had more. I didn't really like that open, but the third one had Cotton Weary, which is Liev Schreiber. That was tense. I thought that was a tense one.
Yeah.
He was sitting in traffic and he's, trying to save his girlfriend. And I was like, okay, this is a really cool one right there. But I was glad to see like the trilogy end. It's like, okay, fine. Like it came and went. Obviously the first one's always going to be strong because it just, everything about it felt new. And it was like that peek behind the curtain and, great casting. So when they came back with four, um, I liked 4, right? Did we like 4? I
I
thought
think
the
four. I think four was one of the best.
right the open was really fun, right?
The
Like we're just
opening was
kept
great. Yeah.
that was great. Like, do you remember for the open to 4 Langan where like there
I
was like
don't
2
refresh
false
my memory.
starts? Like it was just like a normal open, and then it was just like a stab open, and then
Yeah.
these
Oh
uh
yeah.
Anna Paquin and the other one was the second one. They're watching stab, and then it was like this like total like fucking like 3-piece in
There
the
were like
beginning.
three of them,
Yeah, it
right?
was like 3 of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
until like the third one,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, you're like, this is pretty cool. And everything about it worked. You know, like she wrote the book, the self-help book, and all this other stuff. And I didn't mind it, especially since you had 11 years since Scream 4,
Yeah.
3, and I felt like you were ready to like, you always like as horror fans, you're always ready to forgive, right? Like I did right now to Friday the 13th part 13 could come out and you're like, you know what? It's been enough time. Even like Halloween, like any of these
Yeah.
movies, you're like, I feel like enough time has come out where I have faith in this one, and then you watch it. Sometimes it doesn't work out. So
I mean, we're all
I
gonna
will
watch
give it,
Crystal Lake, right?
what's up?
of course,
Yeah. We're all gonna
Crystal
watch the
Lake.
Crystal Lake television series.
Yes. So you saw some of the stills of Linda Cardellini.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it brings up that question, right, Langan? Like, what are you gonna talk about?
I just don't know where you go with a prequel on this. Like it's gonna be him when he's a child getting bullied. Like what do I don't understand. Like where do you go
I don't know.
for
Yeah.
the prequel?
I have faith. To me, it's like
Listen, they
all these
got me, like they got me for life. Like I don't know,
Oh
Bloomhouse
yeah.
makes one even, and I know it's gonna be horrible. I'll still be there because they got me like that.
how funny
Dude,
is
I
it?
even watched those like Womp Stomp film joints.
The what stumps?
Womp Stomp films, like Never Hike Alone or Never Hike in the Snow.
Oh yeah.
They're
Those are
like
fucking
Jason
yeah.
fan films.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
Just recently, like we went to like Friday the 13th hang, and we watched Jason Takes to
Yeah.
Manhattan. Now it's funny,
Nice.
right? Like my girlfriend's never seen a Friday the 13th, and she came with us.
I find that
It's like
so
a
funny.
sausage fest in this fucking house.
Yeah.
And maybe her and maybe Rob's wife, like the homeowner's wife.
Yeah.
And we we decide, shout out to Parker, he's like, yo, let's watch Jason Takes Manhattan. Now we know it's absolutely fucking terrible, but
Oh my
it's a
God,
hang.
Yeah.
There's like 10 of us and
Yeah.
we're eating pizza and
Perfect film for the hang now.
yeah,
You're just
literally
gonna clown on it.
talking over everything. Halfway through the movie, my girlfriend turns to me
Yeah.
and she's just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And I was just like, oh, no one explained to him. Like you're watching
I found
part
it
8.
so funny that
Yeah. Like she's watching
she's
part 8 of
never
a
seen a
series.
Friday the 13th movie, and the first one, the absolute worst.
We're right into that.
We're just
Yeah.
waiting for the boxing scene, basically.
Yeah.
I thought it
Throw
was
into
just,
Jason Takes Vancouver.
I thought it was just very funny that we threw her in for that. And we're all trying to explain to her, like, all right, if you watch any of the first 4, you'll be fine. It's just everything afterwards. It doesn't really matter. But it was great because she genuinely just turned to me halfway through the movie and they were still on this ship. And she's like, yo, what is going on in this movie? So good. But anyway, my point is we're lifelong fans and we're always going to watch whatever they do. So like I'm super fucking
Yeah,
excited for anything that happens with that. And I feel like if it does well, I feel like that's going to open up the lane for a Halloween TV show. I feel like I feel like people are going to explore this episodic version of these things, which is pretty cool. I would like stuff like that.
As
or
long
like
as they don't do
Hellraiser.
an Exorcist one. Like,
Ah!
we don't need to do any more Exorcist.
They're making another
Mike
Exorcist
Flanagan.
movie.
I know,
Scarlett
why?
Johansson. Like what? What the fuck, man? That
Yeah.
last one bombed so bad. That was one of the worst films I've ever seen.
Ever seen. Yeah.
Believe it.
Without question.
Like
Yeah.
atrocious. Like no, the fact that they announce it's going to be a trilogy before this shit comes out, and then like weeks later, like yeah, we're not.
We're done.
Yeah, we're just
that.
going to
Yeah.
quietly walk that back.
But Mike
We got the
Flanagan is
message.
in charge of it though, which is like he's the guy, right? This guy
It's
is
not going to be
like
good, dude.
What's the angle? Is it a remake? Are they trying to continue it on like with Linda Blair or something? Like, what's the angle? Do you know?
I don't really care. I honestly like. I don't even care about the original one. You know,
You saw it by accident with
I
me that
saw it
time.
by accident with you.
Dude, I watched it again recently, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is kind of fucking slow and boring,
Yo,
man.
this dude, did I ever tell you how I went to go see it by accident?
No.
In
Yo,
2020.
he goes like this. He's like, yo, I got tickets to go see The Exorcist. And I thought it was like the remake. I was like, I guess. And we just went and we're sitting in the theater and like all of a sudden, like the fucking credits start rolling. And I'm just like, I'm like, oh, this is the first one? I was like, I've never
Well,
seen the first
Friedkin
one.
comes on
Yeah,
out and
freak.
does like it because it was like
That's
what
what it
was it, the
was.
40th or 50th anniversary
Yeah.
or some shit. And you were like, yo, is this the original one? I'm like, yeah, man.
And I was like, okay, I've never seen it, so what better place to watch it in a movie theater? And I'll tell you, 90 minutes went by, and I was like, this is the slowest fucking movie of all time.
Dude, I was fucking nodding off
Yeah.
when we watched it. Like, I watched it because my daughter wanted to see it, and I was like, and it was a couple years back, and I was like, I don't know, man, this might be a little too fucked up for you.
Yeah,
Mind you, she's watched Terrifier 2 by this point.
sure.
But I'm like, this might be a little too fucked up. And we put out, and we're both just like nodding off. I was like, wow, that was really fucking,
Yeah.
I don't remember it being like this,
This
but
was
I hadn't watched
bullshit.
it in like 20 years.
When it's good, it's amazing, but there is some real down moments.
But I think,
in
like
that
I said, in 73, was it?
movie. People losing their shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just it's
Never seen anything
probably
like it before.
Yeah, like earth shattering, where you're just like, did that girl
Yeah.
just say cunt or whatever the fuck she said? Like,
Yeah,
you
she
know?
just shoved that crucifix where?
Yeah.
I think that was like the main, like if you had like an adult going through the possession, it wouldn't have hit like that. But
Nah,
seeing
no,
a
yeah.
kid at back then go
Yeah.
through that shit
Yeah.
was probably like blew fucking minds, you know?
That's why whenever they smoke a kid in the movie, I'm like, these guys mean business. You know,
Yeah.
that rarely happens. You watch When Evil Lurks and you're like, is that
Yeah,
dog
dude.
really gonna eat
That dog
kid?
runs over that kid. You're like, oh
Dude,
shit, it's
Yo,
on.
as soon as you see that, you're like, oh, I gotta pay attention to this shit. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so let's talk about Scream 7 now. Once we got all that nonsense out of the way as far as like the movies go. Because I'll reiterate, once 5 and 6 came back, I was all aboard for it. I had no idea radio silence had nothing to do with this film. I didn't
Oh,
know.
I didn't either.
Yeah, so they only did 5 and 6, and I think with like the Melissa Barrera thing, I think they dipped out with her, and then Kevin Williamson came in and like wrote it, and he's like, I guess I'm going to direct it. I had no idea. I thought it was still radio silence because I thought they did such a great job with 5 and 6 making it sinister again. I thought they were just fucking like the kills were absolutely fantastic. And they came with Ready or Not. Obviously, they had some shit in Southbound. They do a lot of really cool work. So, but let's talk 7.
I mean, I liked most of 6 until the end. I will say that. Like,
yeah,
it was fucking tense, but I don't want to derail the conversation. But yeah,
no, but 6. The
your
thing
point,
with
they
6,
did a great job.
The thing with 6 that they just couldn't commit to killing off a cast member. Like
No.
everyone's getting stabbed like literally 8 times really fast with a Rambo knife, and then you see him at the end of the movie in like a fucking like in the ambulance. You're like, how's it even possible? At least Dewey went out, and it's like, okay, cool. Like there are those stakes, but that was the thing with 6, and 6's reveal was just like, okay, that's where I thought it was gonna end. I'm like, okay, the whole series could end here, and it would be fine because like. You can't really outdumb this until you get to 7. And I think 7 is the worst reveal, but one of the most fun movies. So what did you think of the open of 7?
Me?
I'm trying to remember.
No, Alaska.
It was great. I mean, one, I love the dude. I can't remember what his name is. The actor that played the guy that got killed. What the fuck is that guy's name?
He was in that American Vandal or Scandal.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was the first time I seen him.
Yeah,
He
was
always
in
plays a douche. He's always funny too.
He's funny as hell. He was in this movie called Theater Camp. That is, if you've never seen it, I can't recommend it enough. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh
Jimmy
yeah.
Yeah,
Jimmy
I'm
Tatro. Yeah.
looking it up now. I didn't know, but he was also in The Wolf of Snow Hollow, which I fucking love.
Was he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was also on Modern Family.
Yep, I'm looking up his shit
He's
right
working.
now. 22 Jump Street. He was in The
That's right.
Machine
He was in
with
that too.
fucking Bert Kreischer.
Oh, the movie's so fucking dumb.
Um,
Do like 15 minutes of that.
wow.
But you got the picture behind you.
Yeah.
Very
I thought
cool.
I thought the intro was great.
Yeah.
I don't know who the woman was, but she was fantastic. Her kill was crazy.
So good.
Awesome.
So good. Langan,
Um,
I
I
know
love
you.
the introduction.
Okay.
I was
So
on
like
board. Like I was like, this is fun. And that the slow stab into his head with the eye and
oh
shit.
my
I'm like,
God,
oh
yeah.
shit. All right. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking on board here.
In retrospect, it I don't know. I love the Samara Weaving one in 6, where I was like, wow, this is really interesting. I mean, aside from the fact that she's super hot, you know, and then he goes back. Yeah, I mean, and he immediately takes off the mask in 6, right?
Yeah.
5 had Jenna Ortega, which is okay. It was just a normal, almost like a redoing of part 1. 4, we
Yeah.
said we love. 3 had, I mean, it might be in the top 3, this part 7 intro. I think like
Probably,
only
yeah. I think you can put it up there
only
for sure.
I feel like 6 was a better intro, but not by much, and 4. I think those definitely, I think so. It
It was
scratches
great.
that itch
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So then from there, I guess you realize that like Sydney has this daughter, and I know you roll your eyes, Langan, whenever they do the fan lip service. Were you feeling that when the kid came through the window?
Well, listen, I've seen films that I'm a fan of, like that gives me, some of the fan service and shit like that. And I like Easter eggs and shit,
Yeah.
but it can't be like the basis of the whole film is just like giving me that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an interesting choice to basically revisit that. I don't really know the point of that, but it didn't really take me out of it. Like 7 as a whole, I really like 7 as a whole. And I remember leaving the theater thinking, okay, that was super fun. It was just the ending that I felt was kind of ridiculous because to me, like as soon as I saw Ethan Embry, I'm like, well, this guy, Ethan Embry, we know who Ethan Embry is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Empire Records, that
He
thing
was
you
the
do.
pussy and can't hardly wait.
So as soon as yeah, that's right. As soon as I saw him, I was like, well, that's interesting because he doesn't really have a prominent role. So
Mhm.
it was the first time because usually I'm a moron. When it comes to these things, everyone's like, I figured it out 10 minutes ago. And I'm still sitting there staring at the screen going like, I don't even know what's going on. But as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, he doesn't really have this prominent role and he's just in this movie. I'm like, this guy's probably the killer or something, and it turned out to be that he was one of them and stuff. But the actual violence in this movie was pretty good too. What did you think of the so leading into like I guess Sydney's daughter, what was her fucking name? I don't even remember.
Sydney
Uh
Jr.
Why was that so
Sharon.
funny? Tatum. Oh, Tatum. That's right, Tatum.
Right. Yeah.
So leading in, you see her friends, her boyfriend in this movie. Is it me or he was just completely useless? And he
Totally.
was even good as like a red herring. Like it was just like, what the
No.
fuck, right?
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
pointless.
Like pretty, like they really nothing, But
I mean,
then
he was just there because he looked like a neo-Nazi. I'm convinced. Like that's the only reason he was there. He looks like a
you know
neo-Nazi.
what? If that's how they place you in the movie, I mean, good for
Right.
like we need to appeal to the neo-Nazi look. Uh, but so anyway, you get to the first kill because there really was like this build up, right? Like Sydney makes this whole new life for herself. She like runs a coffee shop, and I was trying to remember if there was anything to do with like any of the other movies. And then her daughter kind of is like bummed or like is trying to know more about her. And I'm thinking like, didn't she go through like four tragedies? Like, but I mean, I guess the kid was born somewhere between
You
four
think that
and
would come up though at some point? Like if I had like, a serial killer that was trying to kill me for like decade,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, listen, there's something you should know about me.
Yeah. Or that you literally have like eight bodies. Definitely. Like
Or that
any,
like
Yeah.
all the people you roll with like know this story so well. Like and you don't,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like everybody knows the story, but you don't know much about it and you're her daughter. But
So that's the
There's
plot.
books about it. You don't know anything about it.
And,
Like you
and
could buy a book about, you're just not a curious kid.
and the thing
kids
is
don't read
like
nowadays.
but you have
That's
to,
true.
right?
Fair.
But that's the whole thing, right? Like you have to like basically once Melissa Barrera in that storyline, because I guess the storyline with that with her was they were gearing her up to be the killer for this next one. Did you guys know that?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, they were like basically kind of like getting her back to like that Billy Loomis, where it's like on this third movie she's the killer.
Oh
Mm.
shit.
All right, that would have been interesting if they pulled the trigger. I
Yeah.
don't know if they would go
Yeah.
with that. You
I
know?
think they might have still had that ending. And the way this ending was, like I feel like they wrote it like at the 0 hour.
Totally.
Just hoping she would come back.
I was like,
Just
all
show
right,
up.
what are we gonna do right now? Like
Yeah.
that lady, like it was so terrible. Like
When did you
that
start hating
fucking
the movie? Megan?
anticlimactic. Well, I didn't like hate. Like I just was like
So
again.
if you got hate
I'm
in your
not-
heart, let it out.
I'm
Hate
not.
flow, bro. Be a fucking Sith.
Hey. Um, no, like I was okay with it. I saw what they were doing with it. I really hated Joel McHale's hair, and
Oh fuck.
he had this like puffed out chest. He always looked like he had a bulletproof vest on. Something about it. Joel McHale really bothered me about this, and he should have died the way that he got like
Yeah,
stabbed.
what-
He
that's
fucking
another one.
Yeah,
survived.
for
Are you
real.
fucking kidding me?
Same fucking thing. It's like just commit to killing someone. Commit
And
to
no one,
killing
the
someone.
crowd's not going to be like, "Oh my God, they killed
Not Joel
Jimmy's
McHale.
husband,
Not
the
Joel
Kung Fu
McHale.
guy."
Wasn't he still like? Wasn't Patrick Dempsey's character named Mark also?
Yeah,
Like, isn't
so
it this?
that's
Is it
him.
the same dude?
It's the same guy.
Yeah, that's a fucking downgrade, bro.
Yeah. So apparently, McDreamy, or however we're going to refer to him, the guy from Can't Buy Me Love, said that there was scheduling conflicts.
Delivery boy.
He couldn't. He couldn't.
Mm.
You know, the guy, the star of the movie Run. They couldn't get him
Yeah.
to come back. So they got Joel McHale, and it's interesting, right? Like I mean, I guess I don't
Just
know.
make him a different dude.
Make him a different dude, right? Like
Yeah.
at this point, like
Like he got married again.
it only
Yeah.
works. It only works for vacation. You could switch the kids.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the only thing
You
you
switch
could.
the kids. Yeah.
Right.
That's it. But Lang
Yeah.
it. So for
Ethan Embry did play a Rusty in Vacation, right? If I'm not mistaken.
He did. He was Nick Papagiorgio in Vegas Vacation. Which,
Yeah.
listen, I that was everyone's least favorite, but I feel like it aged pretty well. I don't, I
One
like
of
it.
them's got to be the least favorite.
That's
you know?
true.
Yeah.
They're all banging. But so for you, like you're watching it with Aiden, right? Your son, did he love it?
He didn't go. This one I was flying solo.
Oh, you're flying solo. Wow, look
Mm.
at you. All grown up doing the town.
Yeah, he didn't want to go.
All right, so when did you start hating the movie again? Let me know. When did they lose you?
I was on board for most of the beginning. I was hoping for a good time. When Lillard came in, something about that I didn't like. His face looks so fucking stupid to me. The AI.
Who are you,
cracks
Quentin
in his
Tarantino?
skin. He looked like a fucking zombie that was like fucking dead for 100 years. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But
Guys
yeah,
catching
that's
shrapnel all over the place from Tarantino
it
and
lost me in
podcasts.
places like yeah, it's him and Paul Dano. Is that the
Oh,
other
yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Tarantino shit.
Now Rosanna Arquette.
So there was just moments where I wasn't totally on board with and shit, and then Demi comes, Courtney Cox comes back in. I was like,
Kind of the same
okay.
person.
Yeah, they got me
One has
confused
good
there.
work, one has bad work. But
Yo, but like for me, I wanted it to be Stu. Like
Me too.
I kind of wanted it to, and everyone's thinking like that would have been a bad idea. Like Tim, what do you think?
I really didn't want it to be Stu.
Yeah.
No.
No, because like, look, like everybody's like, oh, just the TV fell on his head. Do you
Yeah.
remember how fucking heavy TVs were back then?
Oh,
Like you
especially back
needed three
then.
True.
friends to help,
With the
three
tube in the
friends to
back.
help you move one of those TVs, bro.
Oh,
Yo, you
forget
Like
don't
it.
that
know.
shit fell on his head. His fucking melon splattered.
You don't know how many times, like through the years of like walking those things up people's stairs, when like when your
Come
friend
on.
Oh my
moves,
God.
Yeah,
you're like,
They
how do
were
you
just
even
so
hold this?
awkward. Like the back
yeah,
stuck out like 6 feet
yeah.
off
Yeah.
like the back of it. You couldn't get a good grip on the motherfucker.
Those shits were like 100 pounds,
How did we
They were
live before
huge.
flat screens? Honestly.
man.
Terrible.
I'm always intimidated by the flat screen. Like this shit's gonna be heavy. Then I'm like, oh, I could just hold it up like a book under my arm.
You know why I was kind of hoping it would be Stu? Like, I'm like, are they gonna like turn some supernatural fucking element into this?
That
Like,
would have been
all right,
interesting. Yeah,
this is totally different now. That's
No.
that. And then, okay, and like, okay, there's an AI thing going on here. So that's like,
I wasn't sure of the AI. When did we?
Scream is always of like the moment,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
it always has like a cultural statement on what's going on right now. So like it made sense that they kind of went that way. And then when they rattle through they bring out the old greatest hits and we see fucking David Arquette and everything. I'm like, okay, this is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
now, if you're the fan service is something like I guess if you were a super fan of the franchise, then you might enjoy that more than I did. You know what I mean? That just might be my take, though. How did you feel about it?
Uh, I liked it. I liked all of the stuff. There were certain things through the movie that I found weird. Um, I do like immediately because I didn't know if it was going to be AI. I saw Stu. I was like, oh, maybe this is an angle of like, letting it be known that it's him. I did I didn't understand like the fucking kid that was a true crime fan whose mom was the killer. I'm like, wait, so you just killed your son? Like, I don't even understand. Like,
Yeah.
that was like the wildest part where it's just like, but you killed your son.
Motive
Like,
just
fuck that
made no
kid.
sense, man.
But like you
Like
could have
no
done that.
sense.
You could have done that without killing your son, I think. Right? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
just like really weird. And then so like when Gail shows up with the two kids from 5 and 6 that were like crowbarred in there, I like them. I like that guy. He was in that movie Hard Eyes, which me and you
Hard
both
Eyes was
hate.
great. Yeah.
You like
Wait, you guys hated Hard Eyes? I loved Hard
Yo,
Eyes.
we
Man.
fucking hated Hard Eyes so much.
Hated it.
I had a
Yo,
good time with it. I have real low bar in horror, apparently.
But I did say, I'm like, it's probably like to a young, like if you were like
yes, to my niece.
15, you're taking your
Yeah.
girl to
Yeah.
that and you're for a horror movie, probably a good time. But I'm
Yeah.
just old and disgruntled.
I thought the beginning was great. I like Josh Rubin. I always stick up for Scare Me. I thought that was a really interesting movie. But yeah, Hard Eyes was definitely hard on the eyes for sure.
Ew.
But the twins come back. Gail comes back, and weird relationship in this movie between Gail and Sydney, right? Because everything takes it from like her getting that story towards like the end of the movie, right? Like the last act, like it's like, okay, let me give you this story. And then like right, like Sydney decides to just like leave when she gets the phone call from her daughter. And instead of like asking Gail for help, she just like runs into town. Like that was another
Yeah.
weird one, right?
That was
It
an
was-
odd choice, man.
It was like odd because like you're trying to save your daughter's life. So once you like that's a plot hole for me.
Because she couldn't figure out the door handle. Like that's why she couldn't open the car door.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's a
I
weird
mean,
one. The kid's a weird
yeah.
one, killing the kid. Right. I think those are the two. But everything leading up to that, the pacing I thought was great. I like the
No,
character.
I'll give you that. It
the
moved along.
the scene at the school was pretty solid. Like there's, the kid killed off camera. That was kind of lame. But when the woman was in like
Yeah,
the
that was great.
trapeze or whatever it was, that kill was
Mm,
great. And then
Forgot about that. Yeah. Yep.
I feel like we've gone beyond this. Is the only reason I'm bringing it up. But when dude got hit by the car,
Mm.
when they came on the scene,
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
that
Oh
shit was wild to
yeah,
me. I was like,
that was
oh
fucking
shit, that was
great.
dope. Yeah.
That was great because I forgot about that, right? Um, because once again, then you're like, wait, that's what brought them to the fucking sanitarium. So
Yeah.
there was some
And
like newer things that kind of worked,
yeah. I
And
do have to say when they got to the sanitarium and he was like, yeah, it was Stu. He didn't remember his name.
yeah,
I kind of was on board at that point. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, Stu. Let's do it.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. It's Ethan Embry and Stu. Let's do it. Couple gingers going
Which
out
I
there
would have
killing people.
totally fucking been. Yeah. So that would have been better to me, me, right? Because the girl, so like at the end of the movie, right? Like the reveal, and listen, after 7 reveals, like they're just going. This is what it's going to be. It just
Yeah.
is what it's going to be. I don't
It's
know.
like that's the whole the thing that, with Scream, that part, you got to nail that part. It's
Mm.
got the reveal's got to be interesting. And that was just like, I could feel it in the theater. It was just like, oh,
I
like
was
the
in the
whole air
theater.
came
Yeah, I
out.
was in the theater, and that was like the one thing for me. I was like, "Can we rewind that?" I feel like I missed exactly. I'm like, "Wait, I don't really even understand what just happened,"
I was
because
just like, that bitch.
yeah, like I just what she's like. So like, right? It was like her neighbor who read her self-help book, and like she was
Yeah.
upset that she got her life together, so she wanted her to come back angry, right? Like what?
Yeah. She
Terrible.
wanted her to be that bitch again.
Yeah, like,
Essentially. Yeah. She's like, I need you to fucking come out and be rough.
but like you still killed your kid. Like,
Yeah. I
like
mean,
that's
I honestly thought it was going to be her and the kid at first when I saw him because I was like, she's
oh, that would have
famous
been
enough
interesting. That would have been interesting.
that, she's famous enough and he's kind of famous because he's on like that, The Boys spinoff Gen V.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's like the like superpowered, like mentally ill dude on Gen V.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, it could be them. But I did think it was going to be her. Like from the poster, I was like, she's one of the killers. Just because, she was on like True Blood and shit. Like she was in that acapella singing movie with Anna Kendrick, where Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
She's been in
yeah.
that shit.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that. I love Anna Kendrick.
yeah,
Just looked up a blurb, a real quick summary, the motive of the killer in Scream 7, just to
yeah.
summarize. Jessica's ultimate plan was to kill Sydney and Sydney's husband, Mark, in front of their daughter, Tatum. By
That's
subjecting
right.
Tatum
Yeah,
to this extreme trauma, Jessica intended to mold her
Creating.
into a new perfected version of the ultimate survivor.
Okay.
What? Come on.
You know what? I'll tell you this: when you say it like that out loud, I like it more. But you know, I that makes more sense to me. But
Give
man,
me
is that
zombie
fucking
stew,
far
man.
fetched.
Zombie
I
stew.
Zombie Stew
I
would have
just
been
liked her because
great.
she made me laugh. I thought she was funny as fuck.
I like Zombie Stew.
Like just the way she played, the way she like was just sunning Ethan Embry the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, and
Like I
he
was like, all right, I enjoy it.
that guy had the greatest career for like he was popping for like 5, 6 years, man. And I
Dude,
feel like
did you
he
see his
lost
movie
his
Devil's
hair.
Candy?
Oh
Oh,
no,
hell
was
yeah.
that good?
That was good.
It
Oh,
was
Yeah,
a
dude, that movie
vampire
was
movie,
great.
right?
that was real good. Yeah.
Now it's like a Satan movie.
Oh, Satan movie. Oh, I loved him in
Yeah,
Cheap Thrills. I thought Cheap Thrills was a
yeah. Cheap
very
Thrills is great.
underrated movie.
Underrated, that movie.
Yeah.
He was in The
I tell
Guest
you what, though,
for a
Scream
minute.
7 is the first movie I've seen where I was like, damn, I wish Jenna Ortega was in this.
I don't think I ever wished that on any movie. I'm not a.
The first one, just for like, I was like, all right. I
She's
said, I
like the
wish she was
most.
in this right now.
I mean, listen,
She's in
Melissa
everything.
Barrera's, smoke show.
Her, Pedro Pascal, and Bobby Cannavale are in
And
Oh my God,
90% of
everything.
the films made today.
Yeah.
yesterday, yesterday on the Oscars, how did he fucking say it? It was Sigourney Weaver and Pedro Pascal presenting, and Conan's like, she's been in 75 movies and he's been in 75 movies last year. I was like, that's pretty good.
That's pretty solid. The funny shit, Jenna Ortega and the woman that played Tatum were both on kid shows that my daughter used to watch,
Oh,
like
Really?
before they came into Scream.
what was
Like
Jenna Ortega in?
Jenna Ortega was in Richie Rich,
I don't know that one.
and it was like, like a Nickelodeon show. And then the other one was in this show called like Alexa and Katie, which was like some Netflix kid show.
Yeah. Did
And
your
I was just like,
daughter enjoy Scream?
she did.
She did.
Yeah. I think she feels like you guys, like the end was terrible. But I think one of the things that she really enjoys the first time that she was in a theater that was predominantly black
Oh,
in a
okay.
horror movie.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was like, crowd was a little rambunctious, huh? She was like, yeah, but it was really fun.
Yeah.
I was like,
It
yeah,
is.
because it's not like just like white people talking and looking at their phone. It's like people
Yo,
engaging with the screen.
that is the absolute
Sure.
worst. There's a
Yeah,
little
there was
spot.
one part where it was like the girl whose parents owned the bar when she was getting chased.
Yeah.
Right.
Like one dude was just like, use your half black side and run.
Ah.
It's like,
All I got was when I always say when I went to go see The Witch, somebody just yelled, "This is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life."
not wrong.
The bar scene, right? Even bar scene was okay. Yeah,
It had the best kill in the franchise.
You think that was the best
Go
kill?
ahead. That was
The guy getting his head impaled on the tap and then
It was the
turning
sun.
the tap on.
It was the actual
Yeah.
sun.
It was a Terrifier kill.
It was a Terrifier kill, yeah, for sure. And it was such a discarded like cast too. Like that was another weird thing. But like these are things that I could pick apart now. But like while you sit in the movie, like what do you want, right? I always go back to like the seventh installment of a movie like that started in 96. So in 30
Yeah.
years, you have these 7 movies that are spread out technically in 4 decades, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
90s, the 2000s, 2000, now 2020s, like
Sure.
so when you talk about franchises, these are legitimately well-made movies, right? You could take
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, super campy, the Hellraiser movies. I mean, like after 4, it's just like, what are you doing? Friday the 13th, same thing, like Saw is comparable, but still very dark, and like the cast are pretty much always like unknown. Final Destination, same thing. It's just like the thing about Final Destination, if I'm going to knock it as far as like comparing franchises, it's like the casting. It's like everyone's like a Timu version of like someone else because it's like 7 people that look familiar, but you've never heard of them, but Scream, every movie had like pretty damn decent stars with great writing. And it's really, you could really have that conversation as far as like one of the greatest horror franchises, with 7 movies in.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
I'm not even a super fan, but totally agree. I mean, they're always well made.
But
you
the
know?
thing with that, it's like I'm such a gore hound, and I like my slashers to be very menacing.
Mhm.
And like Langan said, there's something about everyone who plays Ghostface where there is a bit of a slapstick thing for like the first like 8 times he tries to kill you.
Yeah.
Until one day he rolls over with that knife and you land on him because you fall from the ceiling.
You fall
That
from the
fucking was
ceiling,
so
yeah.
good.
That was
So
fantastic.
He runs
let's,
like a spaz, man. He runs like those weapons kids. He's just
yes. Shout out to the weapons kids.
But I mean, think about like you've never killed anybody before, right? Like it's your first time.
I would never.
You're wearing a mask that's got to be hard to see through. You got this fucking robe on,
true.
and you're just like spazzing out. Like my thing is like, how do they all know to like wipe the blood off the knife on the robe with that same menacing vibe? Like that's when they're like starting to cook. They're like, all right, I got this now.
Yeah. It's say what you want.
If he had bigger eye holes and maybe like a tighter robe, he could catch
Yeah.
on shit. You know what I mean? Very easily when he's running.
Yeah,
That'd be the
exactly.
That's what it is, right? It's just that menacing thing, and then That's the only
Maybe
thing
it's
that
too because it's always somebody different, and I
Yeah.
like Jason is Jason, Freddy maybe, but I don't know.
there's
But like I said, I
just.
think if I was a little younger, I think it would have hit different when it first came out.
But I mean, I fucking what? Yeah, I guess I was 18.
I do always gave it credit because, like, I always make the comparisons between metal and horror movies, two things I
Hmm.
grew up on. Scream kind of held it down for mainstream horror cinema in the 90s, like
Yeah.
Pantera
Like
did for
Pantera
like
did with fucking Far Beyond
with
Driven.
metal. Yeah,
Great
because
Southern
there
Trinko.
wasn't a lot popping, in the
Yeah.
theaters.
Hold on a second.
Where do you think it goes? Are they talking about making another one? Like, have
The
you heard?
trilogy,
Like,
dude.
what?
They're
Yeah,
making a
they are.
trilogy. This is the first one in a trilogy.
Scream Seven's the first one in the.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't hear trilogy, but I knew that they were, especially like the box office is crazy. Like
Yeah.
it made like 100 million, like around the globe. Like it made like 60 domestic like the first week, and then like another 30 around the globe. So it's like the first week or two was like 100 million. Like that's
It made almost a
Yeah.
billion
It banged.
dollars worldwide so far.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like
They said, yeah. I mean, major success, obviously. But I didn't know what they were thinking with the story. I mean, Nev Campbell keeps coming back. Like, what? I haven't read
Eventually,
what
she has to become the
direction
killer, right, to end everything.
I don't really
you
know
would
because I
think.
feel like I liked where it was going with like a different angle, right? Like after the fourth one, it's like, okay, like, her cousin, and even that was like, okay, like I get it. Like you're some like
Yeah.
dumb, shout out to fucking Eric Roberts' daughter,
Yeah.
doing her thing. So once they branched
And
off to
and the
like,
best Culkin.
and the best Culkin. Oh, I loved Lords of Chaos, right? Like, did
Hell
you,
yeah.
Langan? I don't remember. Did you like it?
It was fun, you know?
Okay.
I saw it. Did I
You're
see it
more.
with you?
No, I think you're
At
more
Hunter.
attached to like that to the story than I am. To me, I was like, whatever.
Well, I definitely read all the books and watched
Yeah.
all the
Same.
3 hour YouTube documentaries and shit and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed it. I saw it at Huntington Cinema Arts. I couldn't remember who I went with,
I don't remember. I
but
feel like
but
I saw.
Culkin's great,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
I,
Yeah.
I, I forget, But so let's do let's give our order then, right? Let's just like rank our favorites,
Wow.
like least favorite to favorite.
I'm not going to be good at that. I'll step back for you guys.
Okay. I'll go first if
Okay.
you need time.
I mean, I could probably wing it, but go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, so I'll do the first one. I'm going to do the second one. The second one's really, really good. I totally forgot how good the second one was until I rewatched it. And it's a really good action movie. Great cast. Seeing Randy actually get it was pretty wild. Timothy Olyphant is in it. It's just really good. Rebecca Gayheart. So one and two, and I think five. Five is my third. Five came back super strong. There was something different about five. Man, it had everyone in there. Like Kyle Gallner he had like a quick
Yeah.
fucking cameo role.
His
Um,
his kill was brutal too.
Brutal, right?
Yeah.
You have Jack Quaid. Speaking of the boys, I like the two new sisters, especially Melissa Barrera.
Hmm.
Ghostface was on his game, where I feel like, the last, three and four might have been like a little bit more on the jokey side. Five came back strong. So I got one, two, five. Um, wow, one, two, five. I think I'm gonna go six. I love that intro, and even with the Scooby Doo ending with Dermot Mulroney, or Dermot, or is it? I think that's what it was.
So
Yeah, I think it's Dermot
Yeah,
Mulroney.
with that whole family, as ridiculous as it was great to see it in New York. It was great to see fucking Ghostface in a bodega. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool, that's fine. I thought the kills were great. My knock, like I said, was just the fact that you're stabbing all these people and they're all coming back. So those are the
Yeah.
four. Then I will go part seven. All right, so five, six,
Interesting.
seven. So one, two, five, six, seven, and then I'll go four and three.
All right. So
And none of these movies are bad. I don't think any of these movies are bad.
I only think one is bad. One of them, not the first one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
But all right, hold on. I'm just typing out my list. Let me just make sure I got everything.
Mike, we're we're finishing up here. Mike took a nap. So, well, welcome
What's up,
in.
Mike?
We're doing our we're closing with we're ranking our 7 now. You're muted. There you go. Say something. Hum him. I can't hear you. 17th. Sing something good. All right. While you fix that, Tim, give me the order.
All right. So for me, I'm going with from best to worst.
Yeah.
I'm going with 1 as the best,
Mm.
Followed by 4,
Wow.
then 5. Yeah, I like 4 a lot. I thought it
Yeah.
was a really nice, kind of like almost like a soft reboot almost, but I liked the cast. I liked the way that it played with the times. The sort of, the current message that they always have about like what's going on in media.
Sure.
I like that quite a bit.
1, 4, 5.
Then I went with 5, and then 2
Okay.
would be my 4th favorite. Then I went with 3, which I thought was, not the best, but I really liked Parker Posey in that movie as
Yeah.
an off the fucking rail Gale. And then I went with number 7, and number 6 was my least favorite by far.
Interesting. So 6 is the
Number
one.
number 6 almost turned me off to the series. Like the end was so fucking bad. I was so angry when I left that movie.
Yeah.
Like it stuck with me for like a year. I was so pissed off at that movie.
Mike, are you there?
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're there.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Mike took a nap, so he missed the call time.
The
But,
entire episode.
You're can we get more juice on that mic for you?
Let's see. Better.
Yeah, perfect.
Better. Good.
Tim, you guys did an episode together, right? Tim, do you guys?
Yeah, we did a Halloween episode a couple years back. Probably like
Yeah.
pre-COVID, I think. Yeah,
Pre-COVID? Oh my
it
god.
might have been. Yeah, it was a while ago.
Oh, I
Or it
mean,
might have like if it wasn't pre-COVID, it was like peak COVID.
All right. Mike, so real quick, just give me your thoughts on part 7. I know you had some things that you posted, and I agreed with what you said as far as like Scream 7 goes.
So Scream 7, I had, when I saw that it was announced that Nev Campbell was coming back, I really could have cared less and had no real desire to see it. I did, but I also didn't have any, thoughts on Melissa Barrera being fired. That wasn't the reason. Nev Campbell coming back carries more weight if you hadn't seen her since part 3, but she's already been back for 4 and 5.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like this is some big return for her, right?
Yeah.
So I went in, I guess, with lowered expectations is the best way you can say it. And then, halfway through, I was like, holy shit, I'm enjoying this movie. I like that there's a big chase real early in the picture. I liked the opening. A lot of people, the commentary is that it doesn't mean anything to the rest of the story, but
I think all three of us agreed. We like that open for sure.
It was funny. I liked getting rid of the house. There's something. I mean, by the seventh entry of a series, like you have to get rid of some, if not all, of the tropes. And I felt like they were doing that for a minute with part 7, particularly with having that big chase through the house halfway through the picture, killing a ghost face right off the not right off the bat, but right after that. But
also,
then,
I feel like they should have killed, like you said, you have to get rid of stuff, right? So you got rid of Dewey in 5. I feel like Gale should have gone in 6.
somebody should have.
Somebody should have.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a big mistake the series has made since Randy, which is ballsy,
Yeah.
killing him off in part 2. But ultimately, I think it was very silly because of all the characters to kill, he wasn't the one. Because he should still be here. Scream should be like, he should be like the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of the Scream movies.
He should be Sam Loomis.
Yeah, it's all through his point of view. Like he's off on the side, offering commentary and everything. Because then they try to create a new Randy every other movie. And, I was never a tremendous fan of the Kirby character. I mean, that might make me sexist. I don't know. But
I think it's heightist more than anything.
it just felt like, here's the new Randy. Here's the new, you're the new Loomis. This
No,
is
but also like they had his like niece. Like it was just like random person. It was like, oh, you're Randy's niece. And it's like, sure.
Yeah. And then
I think it is a reappearance from a homegirl from Welcome to the Dollhouse, which is always a plus.
Oh yeah, Heather Matarazzo. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Who is great in 3, which is a movie that I like more. That I like more than the average Scream fan, I think. So then you get to that second half, and again, like with kind of going against the tropes of the series, killing all the kids off pretty much at once in the bar.
Yeah.
That was an interesting way of
That was
doing
interesting.
things.
Yeah.
I liked the big set piece in the school for the play, and I would have liked more of that. It felt like it was going somewhere different, and then it kind of switches gears. You get that great chase and everything. But then, like anybody, I feel like most people, big issue with this movie was they fumble the killer reveal so bad.
Well, I mentioned before where I'm usually the last to notice anything, I'm like, just like, I'm the target audience because I'm a moron, so like when I watch these movies, I don't know anything till like the last minute.
I don't think I've ever correctly guessed the killer in any of these movies.
To me, it was Fonzie in the first one for sure, but I'm watching Ethan Embry and I'm like, oh, he's definitely the killer because they're giving him absolutely nothing to do. All of a sudden, I'm like, what other reason would he even be here other than like he's going to come back for something? So,
yeah, and the motivation behind the blonde chicks, the moms, kill. The more I thought about it, the more I kind of read about it was good, but I just feel like it didn't drive the point home enough in the movie.
It didn't drive the point
there
home
enough.
It didn't drive the point home because Langan just read. Please read that explanation again because when he read it after we pontificated about it for like 45 minutes, once he read the actual synopsis or like wherever you read it from, I was like, that seems like a really cool angle, but I didn't really feel that at all during the reveal.
Right,
Langan?
and maybe it would, but like if I see it again, it might resonate, but it did not resonate in that moment. I was just kind of, man, this is some bullshit when the killers were revealed.
Yeah, read it. He's reading it.
Pulling it up here.
Young Jamie's pulling it up. How was your nap?
It was okay. It wasn't even that great. It was one of those things where I just had I had enough time to kill between when I was done for the day between here that I just kind of closed my eyes for a minute and then kind of woke up and was like, wait, didn't I have something to do?
Yo, I told, go ahead. Sorry, read it.
Jessica's goal was to kill Sydney and traumatize her daughter, Tatum, by murdering everyone Tatum loved in front of her. She intended to forge Tatum into a new, improved version of the ultimate final girl.
Yeah. I mean, when you read it, it seems like it seems far-fetched, but like when you read it like that, it's just so much better than fucking what it was.
Then what she delivers in that speech was just kind of rant and raving. Although I did like her smeared eyeliner. Like she looked hot when she took the ghost face mask off.
Rocco Siffredi agrees.
Yeah, but also let's bring back one killer again. I think that's one of the things I like most about 3, because I think that after the first one was so successful, because speaking of being a moron, I had that I had a thread that went pretty well on Twitter where I was asking, were you completely blown away by that when you first saw that? So I'm 16 when I first said, and it blew my mind. Now I liked how on Twitter everybody had to comment like, I wouldn't say it blew me away, but it totally surprised me. Like, that's exactly the same thing, idiot.
I said the same thing like when we started this. I said when I was 18 when I watched it, and like we grew up watching these 80s movies, and never once did I think to myself there'd be two killers. Never once. And there was few movies that we would watch where there was like a whodunit, like it just didn't have that type of plot. So when they pulled it off, like, yeah, I'm with you, where it's just like, it was such a big deal. Like it seems something like, it seemed like such a small idea, but like, it's like, oh, there's two killers. You're like, what the fuck?
And one of my favorite responses on Twitter about that was at least 3 people said, well, I wasn't surprised because it was not the first movie that did that. And I was like, okay, what movies had you seen that done that? And it was like,
Scream 2.
Bay of Blood. Yeah. Bay of Blood. The one with George Kennedy.
George Kennedy. Wow.
It's a slasher picture with George Kennedy.
Somebody on Twitter said that? Were they 11? Like, I can't even.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm like, well, yeah, I saw those movies too, but not when I was fucking 16 in 1996.
You know what was close?
Just Before Dawn. Just Before Dawn, I think, is the other one.
You know what was close? The movie Popcorn doesn't get enough recognition.
Absolutely love Popcorn.
Right? Isn't that so much? I mean, aside from like the weird tonal shifts, like have you guys seen that, Langan, Alaska? Popcorn?
No.
Oh my God. I'm going to send you the link. It's
a gem.
It's so bizarre because there is like a weird tone shift throughout the whole movie. And I think Joe Blow might have done like an episode on why that was the case. Like in the middle of the movie, there's like a Jamaican like montage. Like there's like a reggae song and stuff. But
Saturday Night at the Movies.
Yeah. Saturday Night at the Movies. But there was a real like whodunit for that movie. So that was the first time.
And I remember that being, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remembered it being kind of far-fetched to me when I was a kid.
For sure. Yeah.
But like the rest of the movie, it didn't matter at that point.
It didn't matter. It's like high tension. I always say it's like, I get it, but you still gave me 85 minutes of pure brutality. I'll overlook this plot hole. So.
And that's why, but it's hard for me to I guess, and the point I made about the Scream movies is that they've been fumbling the killer reveal, in my opinion, since the second movie. I never liked the reveal of Billy Loomis's mother. Not that it was his mother, just that.
Yeah, he didn't like it either.
She's not recognized. Like Sydney doesn't at one point notice that Billy's mother is wandering around his campus where she's at college. And I don't know if it's one of those things where those two characters never meet. And then when the reveal happens.
She supposedly had a ton of plastic surgery.
Get the fuck out of here.
In 92.
Yeah.
That level of plastic surgery that you don't look like a fucking freak.
Absolutely asinine. And that turned me off because that was one where it felt like, talking about being a moron and not being able to figure out who the killer was. Like in the first movie, I was convinced it was the dad because I noticed that the name of the costume when it's in the police station is Father Death. And I was 16 saying, I got it. I know who this is. But the Mrs. Loomis one felt like a cheat. Like, well, wait a minute, you know? Like, and then you tie in Timothy Olyphant's character with it, and it's like, who cares? And in 3, the thing I like about that reveal is that it's just one killer. But I think both of those things happen.
It's like her half brother or something,
it's her half brother. Yeah,
absolutely asinine too. But to my point of why I like Scream 3 so much is because it understands the assignment. I don't think 2 makes fun of sequels as well as Scream 3 makes fun of trilogies. And I think that's part of what this series should be doing with each one. So Scream 7 should have had some sort of supernatural element. Or
what did you just say? Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're doing the whole show again, but it doesn't matter. Langan, you said you wanted that supernatural, right? You're unmuted.
You're muted, bro.
You're muted. There you go.
I was hoping it was going to be Matthew Lillard and somehow some supernatural element because I'm just like, all right, well, they haven't done that. You know, they
Right.
haven't gone there. So I kind of would have been okay with like that angle versus what it ended up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, who cares at this point? Like, I don't know
Yeah,
if
who
they'd
cares at this
be
point?
worried about alienating their fan base, which you want to talk about a bunch of fucking weirdos online. The Scream fans got Friday the 13th and Freddy fans beat as
Yeah.
far as just kind of, and it's especially funny to me because I feel like Scream, Halloween, Elm Street, if you're comparing it to the big slashers, right? If you're a big fan of those series, you've accepted that the timeline just doesn't make sense in Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, Halloween's probably a much better example of that. But the Scream fans will jump themselves, tie themselves in knots, explaining why this all really, honestly, actually 100% could have happened.
I like how tapped into the Twitter universe you are. Definitely.
You know, I left for a while, and
no,
then
you tapped in, arguing
I
with
went
people.
back, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck am I doing here?"
Yeah.
And I just wake up. So I'll wake up early. You know, I'm a day walker now, so I'll wake up early and, you know, be having my coffee in bed. It's like, let me go on there and see if I can start some shit today. And then I do, and I'm mad at myself because then the tweet's going viral. I'm like, I'm just muting this. I don't care.
Tim, are you still?
You know, and again, it's not even about political stuff. It's about asinine stuff, the movie stuff. But all those goofballs take it so
movie
seriously.
stuff for sure. Like, but Tim, are you off there or on there? I don't remember.
I'm completely off. The only thing I have right now is Instagram, and I really want to get off that as well. Because it's like Mike's saying, like I wake up and I just go to it. I'm like, what the fuck? I wasted 45 minutes just watching dumb reels of like kids fighting in parking lots.
You could have done anything else. Could have wrote that script you always wanted to write. Could have practiced guitar. But no, you fucked around on the internet for an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Now I got to rush to get to work.
There is something, right? Like when we talk about kids and the internet, you know, as adults, obviously, we could go into that easily too. You know, sometimes I will scroll and I'm like, I got to put my phone down and do something. And then it'll be like 20 minutes later. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that's like, it's kind of like weird.
I can't tell you how many times I have to rewind what I'm watching.
So with the movies, I'll tell you this, I really am pretty conscious about it. I will just put my phone in the other side of I have to, otherwise I'm going to look at it. I just have to put it away from me. Otherwise I can't, especially if it's something new. Like I just watched that movie I told you about that Jason Biggs directed, Untitled Home Invasion Romance or something. I was like, I really need to pay attention to this. And, yo, it's such a weird movie. You got to watch it. Did you hear about?
Well, no, but I want to say to your point about that is so, you know, a couple weeks ago that Paul McCartney documentary came out, and my girlfriend really wanted to see it, and it was one of those things where it was going to be streaming within a week, but you could go see it at the show, you know, the movies for one day that week. And I said, let's pay the $20 each and go see it at the movies. Because if I watch it at the movies, the phone's in the pocket, I'm immersed. But if I watch this documentary at home, 20 minutes in, I'm gonna better see if I got an important tweet, you know.
No, 100%. But I never fell out of movies. I never fell out of love with movies. I still love going to them all the time. I have to get like one of those like, movie passes, like Langan, you're tapped into that universe because every time me and Karen go to the theaters, we're dropping like $80.
Just $25 a month, and you can go see 4 a week.
Okay.
So like if you see 2 movies a month, it's like boom.
I gotta tap into that because I'm spending $25 on popcorn alone.
But how awesome is it?
Even got a popcorn pass, son.
Yeah. Being in a dark room with the woman you're married to, you've been dating for so long. It's like, I don't have to pretend to talk. They don't have to pretend to be interested in me. We're just going to sit in a dark room for 2 hours and watch something. It's the greatest thing in the world.
It really is. Like, I never fell out of love with movies.
It's dark.
Yeah. And horror and comedies are built for the communal experience.
I agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember watching
more than any other genre.
I remember watching the first Naked Gun. It was always like a memory that sticks out in my head. And like the theater was dying. Like we were fucking just dying. And I was like 11 watching shit that I probably half of it I didn't even understand. But like when you just like watch a movie, that's why we went to go see with the Toxic Avenger movie. It was fun. The when Terrifier 2 came out.
Terrifier movies in the theater are amazing.
So much fucking fun. But the second one, when it came out at midnight, we're going, even though it was like 18 hours long. It was just so like that. Those are That is, man. It's. I never.
I was
get tired
surprised.
of it.
I was surprised at how quiet, well, how empty my screen. We went to the 8 o'clock of Scream 7 on Thursday night. And I swear to God, when I bought tickets, it looked like the place was sold out because I did it online. And I went in there and it was, not as well attended as I expected. Not so well attended I expected I couldn't get a fucking popcorn bucket because it was like the second showing of the night and they were already sold out
Wow.
at the theater. But then I seen somebody bringing in a 4 or 5, 6-year-old kid.
Oh.
And it's just, well, here's the thing, though. I get that moralism up a little
You like
bit,
the
but I'm
ending?
like, what I was watching that shit.
Did that kid like
But-
the ending?
Yeah.
Well, here's to
Get
that
like
point.
that.
Listen to what happened. So I was like, well, I can't get too mad. I was watching that stuff. Although I argue, my mom wasn't taking me to the movies to see it. We were watching it at home on VHS. I know this whole horror family thing where everybody was, because
I don't
everybody
care.
was in.
I don't care as long as you shut the fuck up.
Well, to
My
that
dad
point,
took me
everybody,
to see Jaws when I was 5 in the theater.
did it
Yo.
warp you?
Yeah, I had a bunk bed, and every night when I went to sleep, I was sure that my room filled up with water.
I love
I got taken to
Yo.
that as a kid too, man, and it ruined fucking the ocean, everything to this day.
Yo, recently I went to go see Jaws last year in one of those. I don't even know what they're called when the chairs move. Do you know what that's called?
Oh yeah,
Like the
it's-
Rumble Rama, I think is what they
Yo,
used to call. I think
and
they
they
called it on
seats
the
are
cinema.
made
Spray you with
uncomfortable.
water.
Wow.
But they spray you with water and
Oh.
your chairs move the whole movie. And about 20 minutes into it, we're like, I think this is just overkill. We're just like,
Right.
yo, it was like 11:30. We're trying to watch a 2.5 hour movie, and you're trying to eat popcorn, and your chair's moving, and they're spritzing you with water. I was
all
like,
over the pop.
all right.
Give me the
man.
recliner all day over that uncomfortable shit.
right,
but I
I'm-
tell you, I went when Jaws was it last year had the I saw it in
yeah. Then that's when I went.
3D.
Okay.
Man,
Yeah.
that was fucking.
Wait, was
I
it Jaws
really-
3 in 3D?
No, it was Jaws 1, but they did
Okay.
it and not like 3D, like like this Friday the 13th with the fucking yo-yo or
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it just had depth to it.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
it wasn't
Jackass in
jumping
3D.
out. Oh my god, it was fucking incredible. One of the best times I had at the theater. It looked so good.
I
Well,
love
but
it.
to that point about the kid, I'm laughing, I'm looking at this kid like, what the hell? And then like when the death happened, I want to say it was the one with the beer tap. I just heard this giggling from the back, and it had to have been a kid. So I was like, well, I'm wrong because the kid was quiet through the whole movie,
Good.
watched it, but I still I don't know, but then the rest of the theater, they all had their jammies on, and they were all wearing their Walmart ass Scream T-shirts that say, "Call me back, asshole," with swear words on them, and smelling like bum ass weed. That was my theater experience.
When I went there, so when I went to go see Scream 7, there was a family, right? So it was like a husband and wife, and they had a kid, and all three of them were dressed up like Ghostface. I thought it was the coolest thing, and the kid must have been like probably like 6 or 7, which was very funny. But I was like, I got to take a picture of the three of you wearing like it was just ridiculous. So I thought that was entertaining. I was watching, man, I'm telling you, my dad, when we were living in Queens, he went to this other Colombian guy who ran this movie store, and he's like, yo, rent this kid whatever he wants. And he
I mean,
did.
There was some point between 86 and 88 where I went from being terrified of horror movies to buying Fangoria, because my first one that I
Yes.
bought, like I wanted, was 1988 with the Dream Master on the cover. That's August of 88. I don't know what happened there where you go from being like terrified of this stuff to absolutely loving it. But I did. And then I bought it every month. And it's just such a weird world we live in now too, because like horror is such an interesting genre in the sense that it was always it was the most populous genre in that everybody went to see it, but it all still felt like cultish too. Do you know what I'm saying? But now it feels like everybody loves horror movies. I mean, just with the amount of money that Scream 7 made.
A lot
I mean,
of
I
money.
don't know if that's just something in the culture right now or what, but horror just seems more popular than ever.
I have an 11-year-old niece who dressed up as Art the Clown, which is like kind of like,
Wow.
when you think about it, it's pretty wild.
Those are pretty. I have not seen the Terrifier pictures. I'm going to see them one day. It just doesn't sound like my kind of thing. And I know like people are like, definitely, it's a truly love them or hate them kind of thing.
They're cartoonish.
But
it's like
But it
Roger
does
Rabbit.
feel like a little much for a
Yeah,
kid.
it's Bugs Bunny shit. It's
got a
Itchy and
bunch.
Scratchy brought to life.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so like, but the thing about I had no idea that you'd never seen the Terrifier movie. The thing about that is it's Art the Clown, really. Art the Clown, the actual character is so jarring looking and so effective as like an actual like horrifying figure. That's really what sells the movie to me, is that he is legitimately horrifying. Like he's a horrifying looking creature and he does really fucked up shit. And Damien Leone just happens to be a really good special effects guy.
I mean, I'll get to it's one of those things I'll get to. Like everybody, I work part time at a haunted house, in October, and like it's a lot of just everybody there has like their work Terrifier T-shirt, and then they're going out to dinner Terrifier T-shirt. Like they have a whole closet that's just all Terrifier and Chucky, these funny like gutter garb stuff.
Gutter garbs.
I-
Yeah.
I am always thrown by people that get like ornate Art the Clown tattoos like on their backs or
That's
like their
cool.
whole like thigh will be like, Art sawing somebody in half from the crotch down. And, like,
Yeah.
that's what
I
you
mean,
want for life.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the new Hatchet Man.
Yeah.
It's the new ICP.
There is
You
definitely
ICP.
a correlation between Hatchet Man tattoos and Art the Clown. And there's one more.
Cover up my Hatchet Man with that Art the Clown. Get
I remember working.
hatch me over.
I was working at Hot Topic in my 20s. Like I was too old to be working there, but I got a part-time job there to maybe make me feel young again, working at a mall. And I was working.
that sounds
one day.
terrible.
It was no, I didn't last very long, but I remember working there and this guy come in, the Jinko jeans, the black spiky hair, the goatee and everything. And
Whole
he was-
chamber shirt.
he was looking for the Hatchet Man stuff because we had Hatchet Man stuff there. And I was explaining to him, because I'll talk to anybody, that, yeah, you know what, Hot Topic's kind of changing their brand, they're rebranding a little bit. He just looked like you had told him his mother died, like the floor dropped out, and he looked at me and goes, oh no, he goes to me, they're not going prep, are they? Like, and I hadn't heard a grown-ass man refer to preps
Since like 89.
ever, yeah. But he was I said, I don't think it's going to be quite that bad, Hatchet Man.
Totally. The makeover.
I think
didn't even know-
I think they're just going to carry more video game shit. Like, I think that's what's happening.
I didn't even
You
know
remember
that-
Hot Topic went from like, real gothy stuff to all of a sudden it was a bunch of Pokemon shit.
Yeah.
Man, I think we have Spencer's now, which is kind of like the same thing now.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Wait, did you just get Spencer's?
yeah, I don't. Maybe
We had Spencer's in
Spencer's
the
always
80s,
been
bro.
around.
I don't really go to
Yeah.
the mall, but when I do,
I used to
like-
get all my posters at Spencer's.
yeah.
They may have
I would get my
rebranded.
Doc and CD downstairs, the same goodie, and then go upstairs and get a poster
Yo,
from
if
Spencer's.
you're gonna bring
My
up Doc,
black light
you're
Dio
fucking
poster.
yeah. Don't get Langan started on Doc. Langan's the only one that I know that likes Doc, and besides Tim.
Pound for pound, the most talented hair metal band by
Well,
position.
Don Dawkins he's a singer.
Except for him.
George
Don
Lynch
Dawkins?
was the guitar player.
Who was the
George
guitar
Lynch
player?
is a beast.
George Lynch.
Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell of a guitar player.
Yeah, went on to start the Lynch Mob.
Yeah,
Not Ice
I do
Cube's
love
the
it.
Lynch Mob.
Wicked
Lynch Mob.
sensation.
And my favorite thing about them is like those two are still fighting in the press at like
Still
80 years
fighting.
old. That makes me like them even more.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
somebody was telling me I was at a wedding on Saturday, and they were talking about two other hair metal guys who are like feuding online. And you got to figure, like you said, they're both in their 70s at this point.
It
And they're
has
still
to be the
making
guy
fun
from
of the
Rat.
other one wearing for a wig or whatever. Was it not Michael Montgomery?
It wasn't Stephen Piercy from Rat.
No. And you know what? I know Donnie V and Chips Enough. I
Okay.
think they've made up.
Yes.
But
I
they
think
were
Brett
going
Michaels
back and
and
forth
Ricky
for a while.
Rocket had a
Hold
falling
on a
out,
second.
I believe.
Now we're gonna talk Chicago. Enough's enough. I mean, like, yo, what's the vibe on the streets for Enough's enough in Chicago?
Well, the bar I used to work at was in Blue Island, and Chip lived there. So Chip would come in.
Wasn't they had an album named Blue Island? I think.
Yeah, they definitely had a song, I think. Or
Okay.
So Chip lived there. Chip dressed like, one thing about Chip, it's not an act. The big Applejack hat with the big round 60s glasses and the psychedelic wear, that is him all day, every day. And I think he definitely got pissed at me one time because he would come in. It was a place that specialized in craft beer, but we would always have a light beer there. And he'd come, hey, man, let me get one of those little brown beers. And I stopped him one day and said, Chip, you're not going to like it. I'm going to dump it out, and I'm going to have to give you your fucking $20 back, whatever the hell it is. I said, why don't you just get a light beer? You know you're going to like that. And he copped an attitude with me. And I was like, fine, here's your $20 little brown beer. And sure enough, I really didn't like this one, man. And had to dump it in the sink and give him his money back. But, you kind of let it pass because it's chips enough. And it's funny. It was funny to me whenever you'd be in there and you'd see the straights. We're like, who the fuck is this guy? Because he had, like I said,
have to
no
give
apologies.
$20 back.
Chips enough all the time. I mean, we did have beers that were like $20. Like
no, but I'm saying I can't imagine like if someone buys a beer and they didn't like it, is that like protocol that you give them their money back?
I would do. It was just Chip.
There's enough.
Yeah, it was just Chip. Like just get him out of here. Just get him out of here.
I fucking love.
But yeah, and everybody, it was always assumed that it was because he wears the hat, but then he has the blonde hair hanging out the sides. That's just a wig that's attached to the hat.
So it's
which is a big thing with a lot of these hair metal guys. That's what they always go after when they're fighting with each other. They always say the other guy's wearing a wig now.
Well, the thing with Bret Michaels,
80% of the time they're right.
Like when you watch Rock of Love, like I was like, yo, how is this guy like just constantly walking around with that bandana and that hair and that like, it's just like at a certain point, like, can't you just be like, I'm Bret Michaels. I don't care if I'm bald. You're still going to suck my dick. Like,
sure. I mean, but look, like get very attached to their persona.
I'm just saying like, okay, so you're bald. Like you're also like almost 60. Like it's fine. Like no one's going to be that shallow, I would imagine.
I was just looking at Iron Maiden today. Everybody's 70. Yeah. Almost everybody. Bruce Dickinson's like 69.
Yeah, I mean, they started in like 75. Wow.
Yeah,
and they're on tour.
It's like they were like my childhood heroes. I know. I've been like, I keep getting sponsored ads for them to go see them out in Jersey.
I think I'm going to end up seeing them because I've never seen them before, and they're playing at the big outdoor venue over in the southwest suburbs by me, and I've never seen them. I know friends of mine are going to go, and they have a big lawn that you can usually get inexpensive tickets. The lawn used to be cheap. Now the best I can say is that it's inexpensive.
Tickets are crazy. But yeah, we're going to go. Yeah. Like if you go to Jersey, let me know because I'll go to that one. I know that they're doing dates with like Anthrax, I think on certain and Megadeth.
Yeah, I think they're playing with Anthrax out there. And I think both actually.
So yeah, like
I saw the Power Slave tour out there.
Did you?
Ooh. Yeah, I was at the show where they decided to no longer sell beer at the Brendan Byrne Arena because a bunch of kids flipped over cop cars.
All right, no more beer.
That was a hell of a tour to see him on, man.
It was a good show, man.
Yeah, when we had Gore-Tex on, he told the story, nonfiction Gore. He was telling the story of going there, and he said that they were lighting M80s off. Remember, we did a whole fucking Iron Maiden episode with him, and he was telling these fucking hilarious fucking stories, man. And he's like, people don't know. He's like, but people would throw M80s to seats back then. It's just like, what? Fucking ridiculous, man. I'm not a part of that. So, but man, all right, Mike, we got to have you back.
Of course, you know what I got to say everything I needed to say. I'll add. I liked The Bride.
Closing thoughts, because I think you said what I said. It was a very entertaining movie, Scream 7, with the worst reveal, right?
It's arguably the worst reveal, but I hated the reveal in 6 too.
But 6 at least
that was the worst one to me.
I thought it was maybe
the reveal, or
maybe for me it's just like I love all things New York. I'm biased, so like you give me New York, you give me a bodega, and
and I liked again they were doing something a little bit different on that one, which again is appreciated in this series.
Would you say Melissa?
But they've been fumbling.
I can't.
Fox? The only in this. Well, I liked Anna Camp with the the smeared eyeliner. Look at all nutty
said that?
At the end of it.
Who said the smeared eyeliner? Someone else said that, for God.
Oh, that I was like, oh yeah, she looks good. Ethan Embry's receding hairline.
Yeah,
like
it's been receding for a very long time.
He's not wearing a bandana and trying to cover
exactly,
it up.
Yeah,
he's leaning into it. No ego on Ethan Embry.
I
You know,
think
that was interesting cast. It was good casting though, because I love when they do something with movies. You know, roundabout way to compare it to like the Star Wars movies, when the new Star Wars movies will take like an old piece of concept art for a character or a vehicle or something, and they'll put it in a new movie. Like that's kind of cool because you've seen a picture of this thing for years if you pour over all the books and everything. Like having Ethan Embry, who should have been by all means in one of the Scream movies by now, but then you bring him in part 7 as, you know, a middle-aged man. That's cool. I just wish, you know, again, developed his character more, because it was kind of confusing as to whether he worked at the asylum or if he was just pretending he worked there. Did anybody
interesting.
else
I didn't
not really,
I
like
really
he had
didn't.
to have worked there, but it felt like he was like faking that he worked
It
there. I
would
don't know how
make
they would
more
have pulled that
sense if
off.
he didn't work there because of how forthcoming he was with everything. It's
Right.
like, hey,
Yeah.
do you want to see their dental records? Like it's like,
But he was also
literally
like a
everything.
Google engineer,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why the AI was so good, because he was a Google engineer.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he did start working at the insane asylum, it's really like, I mean, I know the tech industry's suffering right now,
That
but
is true. It is.
Yeah.
You know what? It might. Yeah. Good point.
Um,
AI's coming.
so
AI's
I mean, it was like anybody. The thing that drove me crazy was anybody who was giving Scream 7 a terrible review, but were glowing about Scream 6, because they're almost two sides of the same coin, right? How can you be mad at Scream 7 for running out of ideas when this series ran out of ideas after the first movie? You know,
I think
that's the thing about
I,
7. It's no better or worse than any. You can rank them, sure. I'd rather watch. I think 3 is better executed than 7, but it's no way. When people are online saying it's a bad movie, I'm like, either you already made your decision going into that,
yes.
or you don't watch enough movies.
No, you're right. I think a lot of people definitely took like that hill to die on, where it's like, oh, this is going to be awful, and regardless of what happens. So, what I love too about rankings for you, and then we'll like close up.
Yeah.
I do love your Friday the 13th rankings because you have what part 5 so high up. I just fucking
It's
love
sitting
it.
it sits right in the middle. Like, I mean, because there's something. Well, it's the first one I saw too. I always tell the story. It's like,
I
we've caught
wonder
Friday.
if that's. I wonder. Yeah.
Well, I don't
know.
think I has any idea why I like it, but I always remember saw the first one. Me and my mom and my sister watched it one night. Too young. We're probably 6 or 7, and mad at the end that it wasn't Jason. So my mom's like, all right. This weekend we'll rent the first one. Once again, not fucking Jason.
That's funny.
So I don't know when I finally saw a Jason movie
Yeah.
proper, but it took me 3 tries at least.
I don't know about you, but like every year I'll rewatch them like during the summer, and my order changes all the time.
Well-
Lately I've been loving 3. Like 3 has been hitting me hard because I really feel like it's the most menacing Jason. I feel like that ending when he's like looking out that window, he just looks like a buff fucking Jason that's like really, and then when he takes the mask off.
It's the classic look. He's busting out of those clothes, which that's something I didn't notice till I got older. It's funny. You see a lot of movies where somebody's got to steal clothes off somebody, right?
Yeah,
and they always fit. They always fit perfectly.
Yeah. Well,
But
Terminator.
there's a nice little touch in 3 that the sleeves are just a little too short on him. And I don't catch hell, but people are always surprised that I rank 3 higher than 2. But they honestly sit side by side for me. But 3 gets the edge because of that widescreen photography and all that atmosphere with the brown, the leaves. Moving it to California gives it a very distinct look. And 2 is great. 2's arguably might be better than the first one, but the first one sets that stage. But those all kind of sit right in that top 5.
I think 2 has a better cast, right? What do you think, Tim? Like, where do you have
more
2
interesting
or
characters? Sure.
I probably have 2 and 4 ahead of 3, to be honest with you.
I mean, that's pretty fair.
But I think, just the Weekend trilogy to me is unfuckwittable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that, all 3 of
2,
them
3,
taking
4.
place in the same weekend.
Yeah. Even
And the
4,
filmmakers take surprising care in the timeline on
Yeah.
that.
100%.
Like
Yeah,
you
100%.
wouldn't expect it because they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
especially at that point of horror filmmaking, nobody cared about characters returning or timelines and everything like that. But that feels like a long weekend.
And Langan,
Yeah.
you know me. I'm always going to go for Jason Goes to Hell. You know me. I'm the apologist for Jason Goes to Hell.
That's my least
No need to
favorite
apologize.
one.
It's a great movie.
It's an inventive picture. Like
That's my bottom of the franchise.
Over, which kills me because X is so bad and Jason
Oh,
X
how dare
is
you.
so bad.
X is amazing.
Four is my
X has the
favorite.
Friday the 13th kill simulator where he actually is like slamming people like holograms against a tree. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think Jason X is better if they took it more seriously. It's too campy for my taste. If they had really made it feel like Alien, you know, menacing and scary, which I think you could have done with Jason.
Could have,
at
not with
point
that budget
still.
though. That budget looked like it was like straight out of like
It's the most Canadian.
That was a
Friday
full
the
moon
13th.
budget. That was a
It's
full
the
moon
most
budget.
for sure.
It's the most direct-to-video of all of them. Next
Yeah.
to like 5, as much as I like 5. 5 looks like a direct-to-video movie.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the cinematography is real flat. Everything's really ugly. All the characters are ugly.
Except the pop locker. You know, as a kid, I was like, that girl's so hot, and she danced
Well,
to that song.
well, I'm taking it back. All the guys are ugly. All the
Okay.
girls' character or personalities are ugly, but all the girls look like, and knowing Danny Steinman's history, all do look like potential adult film stars.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I've always wanted to see a Friday the 13th movie where it's everybody from part 2 that stayed at the bar
Yeah.
dealing with their guilt
Well,
about staying at the bar while everybody else died.
that guy was in Just One of the Guys with his.
Yeah,
Kind of a
that's right.
kind of a low rent Eddie Deason.
Yes. Yo, Eddie Deason. Yo, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Oh, you're so
When's
funny.
he
That's
coming
true.
on, dude?
Yo, so I hit up Eddie Deason because I love Midnight Madness. And like,
Midnight Madness is a good movie.
yo, Midnight Madness is one of the greatest movies ever that no one's ever seen. And when PBR made
Also
a
feels
shirt,
like a made for TV movie, but I believe it was a theatrical Disney release, right?
yeah, I don't know if I think Disney picked it up. I'm not really, all I know is I saw it on HBO 100 times. But so when PBR offered to make us t-shirts, I remember PBR was in the movie. So Playing Dead has this t-shirt and the silhouette and the shirt is like when they get to the PBR thing and they're staring at it. And like
Yeah.
anyone I talk to about the movie, they're like, I have no idea what that is. I'm like, well, I guess the shirt doesn't mean really much to you.
It's
But,
worth watching though if you like that One Crazy Night kind of subgenre of movies that really was popular in that era, kind of, you know, riffing on American Graffiti a little bit.
It's great. It's like faggot beefy, like when they're like coming up with that word, like it's so silly. I think it was
It's
like
very
Michael,
PG too. Like
yeah,
you
Michael
would
J.
think,
Fox's first movie. I think?
knowing the tone of those movies at the time, but it also being released by Disney, it should be a little raunchier, but it doesn't need the raunch. It's fine with just kind of the silliness.
It's just a fun like scavenger hunt movie that really works, and it's just. But Eddie Deason, I hit him
Better
up.
than the movie Scavenger Hunt, if you've ever seen that, which is pretty
The
lame.
$1 Million Mystery, was that the other one?
Yeah.
I remember. But I hit up Eddie Deason and I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, let's do the podcast. He's like, all right. He's like, I think he's asked me for $20. And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
just,
That
yo,
sounds
no
like-
problem.
We're still trying to get that money up.
No problem. But the thing is like there was something like sometimes people want to talk to us. And I'm like, I don't really know if I'm ready to have this conversation because this is more fun to me than like doing research on someone and having it, even when like Keith Jardine messaged me or like about his movie. So what was the movie that we liked, Tim? Kill Me Tomorrow or Kill Me Again?
Kill Me Again? Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was like, I really love this movie, and I put it in a story, and I tagged him, and he was like, oh, he's like, I missed the story. I was like, I was just talking about how good your movie was. He's like, cool. He's like, let's do a podcast, and I was like, all right. And I think he like looked to see afterwards. He's like, wait a minute, you guys are nobodies. He never answered me again, but it was still very funny because I was just like, oh, you're an ex-UFC fighter. I loved him in the UFC, and the movie was really good. Mike.
I feel like we might be the only two people that have seen that movie.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with that one.
Mike, so how do you describe it? It's just like a serial killer that's stuck in a time loop in a diner, and he has to kill
Time
the
loop
same
in a
people
diner, yeah.
over
That
and over.
sounds
again.
interesting enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I-
then
I'm a-
there's like a good sort of the ending is very
Yeah.
interesting.
It is pretty interesting. I'm a good like I love a good time loop movie. So anytime I see
Yeah.
that, I'm in. So, but yo, the four of us, let's just get back together and we'll do another one and we'll just talk like random shit again.
Well, I think
Cool.
it's funny. This is the second time I've been on, and I think last time we never even got to the topic that we
We
wanted
didn't.
to.
We
get
didn't
to.
because to me it's like Halloween 4 at the end when like Jamie Lloyd was going to be the killer, and then the fifth one we just scrap plans. So that's what we keep doing. Do you even remember what the topic
No,
was?
I don't. I don't. I
We're
don't
going to
remember what.
break down all
we were
the
supposed to-
Halloween movies and put them in order or something.
No, but because I think what happened was you tweeted something and you said, I think you were hating on Halloween 4 or something, and I was like, how dare you? Maybe it's something like that. So you were coming on to to basically stand on 10 toes about it.
I'm pretty good about doing that. I mean, Jason Goes to Hell is one of those movies. And Scream 3. I mean, even though I don't love Scream 3, like Scream 3 is fine. It's my favorite of the sequels, but I feel like it gets unnecessarily hated on.
I
people.
I rewatched it recently and I was a hater, and for some reason it connected more with me now this time.
Mhm.
And I think like we had this discussion before where we're like, the 7 movies are really well-made movies when you break them down to like you compare them to like Hellraiser or Friday the 13th or like Halloween
Sure.
or any of these movies where it's like these are 7 solid entries. And
Well, they're all big budget. Like none of it went direct to video.
No,
like,
yeah.
They all look like movies. Like they all
That-
look like
yeah.
something you could play in a multiplex. I mean, I'm not a tremendous fan of Scream 4, but one of the worst things about Scream 4 is that cinematography in that one with that Vaseline.
It looks like a
on the
movie
lens
of that
thing.
time.
Yeah.
Like all the movies of that time had that terrible look.
All right. I think we're at like $1.90, so I think that's enough for the people.
Joe Rogan show over here.
Joe, anyone want to talk about JFK real quick before we leave?
Oh man, I do like his skinny ties, and I appreciate that he just commits to the bit of working out in his jeans.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I was talking about JFK.
He's a never nude,
Okay.
right?
The real. Oh wait,
Yeah, the
Junior
one who
or
died.
the old,
Never nude.
the old.
Yeah, the guy that the Misfits sing about in Bullet.
I like JFK.
Yo, let's do it. Let's do another
Aye.
one soon. Guys, thanks for hanging out, and we'll
Thanks,
talk
guys.
soon. All right.
My pleasure.
All right,
Thanks for having me.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.